Hi everyone, my name is Mary and welcome back to another Saturday Granny. Today we are going to do flower garden because it looks like a garden with a flower in the middle of it. I know that I was supposed to put all of the Saturday Grannies together and make it into a blanket. Little issue, so I forgot to sew in all of the strings for the Saturday Grannies, and on top of that I am making borders for every single one of them so that way they'll be easier to connect. As you can see, this one has a lot of strings that need to be sewn in. I have a ton of these like this. So like this one, when I was testing it out, I didn't put a border on it, but when I made it, I put a border on it. So now I have to make borders for everything, sew in strings before we can do that blanket. So instead, I decided to make a Saturday Granny for the end of the year. And this one is going to be called Flower Garden. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into the tutorial. Let's get into the tools and the tutorial. Oh yeah, and don't forget to scroll down, hit that like button if you're enjoying this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos such as this one and others I will do in the future. And also just to let you know, I will bring out this blanket connection here soon. I've just been so busy, I haven't had time to get all of this ready and be able to record this video. We got too close to the end of the year, so we are doing this one instead. Alrighty, so the tools that you are going to need for the flower garden are going to be as follows. A needle with a large eye hole so you can sew in all of your strings. A crochet hook of your size. Mine is going to be a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And a pair of scissors so you can cut off all your strings. And of course, yarn. So the yarn that I'm going to be using, this one is, both of these are going to be Red Heart. One is yellow and one is a lighter green color. I'm not really sure what this one is called. I do have a darker green color like this one, so I know this one's a lighter one. Alrighty, so let's get into the tutorial of the flower garden. So the first one you're going to need is going to be yellow, so get that one started. Alrighty, so in order to start the flower garden, we are going to start with the yellow yarn, and you're going to make a slip knot, and I always do it like this. So I'm going to wrap my yarn around my two fingers, making a loop, putting that yarn tail behind the loop, and then putting my crochet hook right into the loop like this. And then pulling tight to make a loop. We're going to start with the normal granny square. So we're going to chain 4, so yarn over and pull through to make a chain. 2, 3, and 4. We have a chain 4. You're going to go back into that very first chain from the beginning of the round. Put your hook in there and make a slip stitch. And you're going to yarn over and pull through. Make sure to pull down so that way you can have that circle, and pull through. Pull your yarn tail out of the way. You're going to chain 1, and into that circle is where we're going to be working. We're going to put 3 double crochets. Oops, sorry. So in order to make a double crochet, you're going to yarn over, go into your circle, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. And you're going to make 3 of these. 2 and 3. And this is a cluster. So we want to make 4 clusters of 3 double crochets with a chain 1 in between. So we just made 1 cluster. So now I'm going to make another 3 double crochets. 2 and 3, just like that. Then I'm going to chain 1 and make another 3 clusters. 2 and 3. So I have 3 clusters of 3 double crochets with chain 1s in between. I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to make one more 3 double crochet cluster, 2 and 3. And just to let you know, this is going to be a 7 row. We're going to make 7 rows of this flower garden. Now I'm going to chain 1, and into that very first double crochet from the beginning of the round, I'm going to put my hook into that stitch, and I'm going to make a slip stitch. I'm going to yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And that one is row number 1. Now that we're going to be working on row number 2, you're going to cut off your yarn. You're going to yarn over and pull through. Okay, and so for round number 2, you're now going to want to grab your green yarn, which I have back here. If I can find the stitch, there we go. So now we're going to be working on row number 2. And for row number 2, you're going to put your hook in any one of these chain 1 spaces, and that's where we're going to be working. And you're going to connect your green yarn. So pull through, and then I'm just going to do the tie-on method. Okay, so for row number 2, it's going to be a little different. I'm using different types of stitches to make this flower garden. This next round, for round number 2, is going to be a single crochet row. So you're going to put your hook into that spacing, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over and chain 1. We're going to make single crochets now. So you're going to go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Then we're going to chain 2. We're going to go back into that spacing, making another single crochet. Grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. We want to use this chain 2 spacing for round number 3. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. Then we're going to go into the next spacing over here. We're going to do this again, where we're going to put 1 single crochet, a chain 2, and 1 single crochet all into that spacing. You're going to chain 3 again, 1, 2, and 3. You can be kind of loose with your chain 3s. Go into your next chain 1 spacing for a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. Just like that. And we're kind of making like a little border to go around our small little granny square. Now we're going to make 3 chains again. If I can get that yellow yarn tail out of the way. So 1, 2, and 3. Go back into that chain 1 spacing for a single crochet, chain 2, go back into that spacing for a single crochet, and the very last one that we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 2, and 3. We're going to find that very first single crochet from the beginning of the round, put our hook into there, and we're going to do a slip stitch, yarn over and pull through, and that is round number 2. Now what we're going to do is cut off our green yarn, and we're going to go back to the yellow one. Move my cord out of the way. Yarn over and pull through and tighten. Okay, and then we're going to be working on round number 3. Okay, for round number 3, I decided to zoom in so you can see this better. Now, round number 3 is going to be a little bit different. I think these are either called popcorn stitches or bobble stitches. I'm not even really sure. It's been a while. So you're going to go into any of the corner stitches where the chain 2s are, where the single crochets. That is where you're going to connect your yellow yarn. And I'm going to connect that with a tie-on stitch. And this one's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to be doing double crochet stitches, but you're not going to finish the stitches until you have 3 of them in the stitch. So let's get started. So you're going to put your hook into that spacing, grab your yellow yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over and chain 1. Now you're going to yarn over, go into that stitch, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop. I'm going to try and go a little slow with these ones because this is a little, it can be a little tricky. And then you're going to yarn over and only pull through 2 of those loops. You have 2 loops on your hook. That's fine. We'll deal with those in just a minute. Now you're going to yarn over again, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and only pull through 2, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, this will be the last one, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Now you have 4 loops on your hook. This is where you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 4 of those loops, and then you're going to yarn over and chain 1. And then you're going to pull that stitch over because we're going to do this one more time. So yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4, yarn over and chain 1. And that is what we're going to do in each of these corner stitches that you see down here, okay? Now in this chain 3 space, we're going to make 2 of these. So I'm going to yarn over, go into my stitch, grab my working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into that stitch, grab my working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. I'm going to yarn over, go into my stitch, grab my working yarn and pull through 2. Then I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 4, yarn over and chain 1. I'm going to do that one more time within this chain 3 space. Yarn over, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into your chain 3 spacing, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into your chain 3 space, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, then yarn over and pull through all 4, yarn over and chain 1. And that's what it'll look like. And then we're going to do these 2 again in the chain 2 spacing. So you're going to yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 and chain 1. And then we'll do that one more time in the chain 2 space. Make sure to pull this back a little, not too tight. That way we can get into that chain 2 space. Yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. One more time, yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 4, all 4 stitches, and then yarn over and chain 1. You're going to do that all the way around. So 2 of the bobble stitches or popcorn stitches in the chain 3, 2 of them in the chain 2 over here. And I will meet you back in just a few minutes once I have all of that all the way around. Okay, take your time, go slow. Alrighty, I am back and I just chained 1 and I just made it all the way around. This is what your granny square should look like so far. Into that first stitch right there where you made that bobble stitch, we're going to go right into that stitch for a slip stitch. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And that'll finish off row number 3. You're going to grab your scissors, you're going to cut your yarn. You're going to yarn over and pull through and tighten. Okay, and that was row number 3. We're now going to be working on row number 4. Okay, so now you want to pull out as much green as you can for row number 4. And this one's going to be a little easier. So you're going to go into any of the corner spaces right here that you see. Okay, that's where we're going to put our green yarn into. I'm going to choose this one right here where the chain 1 is, and I'm going to connect it. And I'm going to use the tie-on method. And this one is going to be row number 4. And this one's going to be a lot easier. Put your hook into that spacing, into that chain 1, grab your working yarn, pull up loop, yarn over and chain 1. You're probably going to hear some kids in the background. They're outside of our apartment and they're playing. Okay, so for this one's going to just be regular double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, go into our stitch, grab our working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. We're going to do 1 more double crochet into that chain 1 space. And then I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to go back into that space for 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2. So in every corner space you're going to put 2 double crochets, a chain 1 and 2 double crochets. Every single corner right there. Okay, so now for the side, you're going to have 3 spacings, and all we're going to do is put 2 double crochets, no chaining in between. Just yarn over, go right into that chain 1 space for 2 double crochets. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do for all 3 of these spacings that you see. And I got 1 more spacing right there. Made it easier so that way I could see where all of the spacings are with the chain 1s. So this is what it's going to look like. Nice and pretty. Okay, and into the corner space you're just going to put 2 double crochets, a chain 1 and 2 double crochets all into that chain 1 spacing. Alrighty, so what I just showed you what to do right here, you're going to do that all the way around, and I'll meet you right back here in just a few minutes. Alrighty, so I made it all the way back around, and I just need to slip stitch into that very first double crochet that we made from the beginning of the round. So put your hook into that stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through. And then you're just going to grab your scissors and you're going to cut off your yarn. Yarn over, and pull through and tighten. And this is what round number 4 should look like. Now you can stop here and finish off your granny square because I thought that looked really pretty. But I am actually going to keep going. And so now we're going to do round number 5. Okay, so for round number 5, we're now going to grab our yellow yarn again. Okay, and this one is going to be a nice and simple round number 5. So I'm going to go into this chain 1 space right here, and I'm going to connect my yarn. I know you all see these band-aids on my fingers. So because it's cold, my fingers tend to split open. As you can see, it's a cracking. And same with this one too, it was cracking. As you can see, it's bleeding right there. So lotion does not help, so I put Neosporin on my fingers and then put band-aids on them to cover them and keep them nice and clean. Okay, round number 5, we're going back to single crochets and chain 1 spaces. So into this spacing, we're going to put our hook, grab our working yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over and chain 1. And into this spacing, we are going to make a single crochet. So we're going to put our hook in there, grab our working yarn, pull up a loop, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through 2 to make a single crochet. We are going to chain 2, 1, 2. It helps to get those bobble stitches or popcorn stitches, I think it's a bobble stitch, into our stitches. It gives it more room. And we're going to go back in there for another single crochet. Okay, so when we get to this section right here, all we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, kind of make your chain 1s a little loose, skip over the 2 double crochets, go into the spacing for a single crochet. Okay, and you're going to do that again. You're going to chain 1, make it kind of loose, go into the spacing for a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into the spacing, skip over your 2 double crochets, chain 1, skip over your 2 double crochets into the spacing, a single crochet. And then once you get to the corner spacing, you're going to put a single crochet, a single crochet, a chain 2, and a single crochet all into that spacing. And that's what it should look like all the way around. Okay, so as I said before, you'll just chain 1, like right here, skip over your 2 double crochets into the spacing, put a single crochet. So every spacing gets a single crochet, a chain 1 on top of the 2 double crochets. Okay, so I'm going to do that all the way around. I'll meet you back here in just 1 second. Alrighty, I'm back and I made it back around. All I gotta do is chain 1 and slip stitch into that first single crochet from the beginning of the round. Put your hook into that stitch, grab your working yarn, pull through and pull through for a slip stitch. Alrighty, so that's round number 5. We're going to cut off our yellow yarn again. We're going to yarn over and pull through and tighten. And this is what round number 5 looks like. And as you can see, I have a bunch of strings that I am going to have to sew in, like a ton of them, since we are changing colors every round. All right, so round number 6 is going to be another bobble stitch. So now you're going to grab your green yarn and you're going to go into the corner space where the chain 2 is, and you're going to tie on your green yarn. Just like that. And then you're going to grab your crochet hook, move your yarn tail out of the way, grab your working yarn, pull through, yarn over and chain 1. And this one is going to be another bobble stitch row. Alrighty, so you're going to yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, pull that back a little bit so you can get your next stitch in there, yarn over, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. You will always have 4 loops on your hook, and then you will yarn over and pull through all 4, yarn over and chain 1, and then we'll put one more back into that stitch. Okay, and so that is what it'll look like. 2 bobble stitches right into that stitch. Alrighty, so now what do we do? So every single chain 1 space above the chain, above the 2 double crochets will have a bobble stitch in it. So 1 bobble stitch in each of the chain 1 stitches, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You'll have 5 of them all the way across. I'll do that one more time for you. So yarn over, go into your chain 1 spacing right there, right above the chain 2s, grab your working yarn and pull a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, go back into your chain 1 space, grab your working yarn, pull a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, go back into that chain 1 space, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4, yarn over and chain 1. And you'll do that into the next one. I'll do that without saying anything. And there you go. Alrighty, once I have put a bunch of bobble stitches in all of the chain 1 spaces and chain 2 spaces, I will meet you back around right back here. Remember, in every corner you will have 2 of the bobble stitches and a chain 1 in between. I will be back shortly. Take your time with this one. This one took me a little bit longer to do, so I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, I'm back. But I'm not all the way around, but I wanted to show you, don't forget, along the side here, you will have 5 bobble stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, before you get to the corner space right here, where you put 2 and a chain 1 and then 2. Okay, just to let you know. So when you turn to your next side right here, excuse me, just remember that you will have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where the chain 1 spaces were on top of the 2 double crochets. So that's where we're going to put our bobble stitches. And sometimes you'll have to pull it apart so you can get in there. And yes, you will have this little stitch right here, but that is just part of your single crochet. So you want to move that out of the way. So if you're looking at it like this, okay, you see that yellow stitch, just move him over, and there you go. There's your chain 1 spacing. Okay, I will be back shortly. Alrighty, I am back, and I finally finished round number 5. Nope, round number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Sorry about that, round number 6. So I already chained 1, and now I'm just going to put my hook into that bobble stitch. We're going to slip stitch, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And there we go. And then we're going to cut off one more time. And this is going to be the last round. This will be round number 7. So yarn over and pull through and tighten. And that is what round number 6 looks like. Okay, nice and beautiful. Getting nice and big. This will be our very last round, and this will be a yellow round. Okay, so let's grab our yellow our yellow yarn, excuse me. This one is going to be a single crochet row. This one's going to be a little easier. So I'm going to find my corner piece, and I'm going to find that chain 1 and put my hook in there, and I'm going to connect it. And I'm just going to tie it on just like this. Okay, and so for this round, you're going to put your hook in there, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and chain 1, go back into that chain 1 space for a single crochet, go into your stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. And I'm trying to pull it back a little bit so I can get in there. This one, I think I did chain 2 or chain 1. No, it looks like I did a chain 1. So for this round, I'm just going to do a chain 1 and then a single crochet all into this chain 1 spacing in the corners. So every corner will be single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. Okay, so how did I do this? So what I did was I pulled this back to reveal a stitch right here, and I'm just going to put a single crochet right into that stitch, and then I went into the spacing. Okay, and then I saw a little stitch right here that you see right there, put a single crochet in there, and then went into the spacing. Okay, and that's all I did on the side of the granny square, and then pulled it apart, single crocheted right into the chain 1 spacing, single crochet right next door, single crochet into the chain 1 spacing, just like that, all the way across. And I'll get to the other side. If you made it this far in the video, don't forget to scroll down, hit that like button so I know you're enjoying this video. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more tutorials such as this one and others I will do in the future. Then I'm going to single crochet right into that one, a little stitch. And I'm going to pull this apart. This is a corner stitch. So I'm going to put a single crochet, a chain 1, and a single crochet all into that corner stitch right there. And then I'm going to turn my work and do the same thing all the way across until I get to the corner. I'll meet you back around in just a few moments once I have finished all 3 corners. Alrighty, I made it all the way back around, and I have one more stitch to single crochet into. And now I'm going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet from the beginning of the round. Put my hook into that stitch, grab my working yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. And then I'm just going to cut my yarn. I'm going to yarn over, pull through, and tighten. Alrighty, so I did actually make 2 of these. There's the second one, just like that. There we go, move the camera so you can see it better. But yeah, I did actually make 2 of the flower gardens, and that will be within the Saturday granny blanket. Hopefully in January I will be able to finish the Saturday granny blanket. If not, we'll add to it and keep going. Alrighty, thank you everyone for viewing this video. Hopefully you all have a wonderful new year, since we are ending December. I'm sorry I didn't end it with fireworks or anything like that, but if you are viewing this video, I hope you have a wonderful new year, and I hope you stay safe. I hope this video made your day I know this one is a little strange. It's the flower garden and we're not even in spring, but we will be coming into spring soon enough. And I'm looking forward to flowers and sun and warm. Alrighty, so one more thing before I let you go. I have a lot of stuff planned for next year, for 2025. I have a lot of projects that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try and do more videos every month. I'm going to do my best. I work a lot, and so it's hard to sit down and crochet and then make a video, but I am going to do my best. So look out for more cardigans. We are going to do the dragonfly cardigan. We're going to redo that in something different, because I didn't like the stitch that I originally was doing the dragonfly granny in, so we're going to redo it. Anyways, hopefully everybody has a wonderful new year, and until next time, everybody, bye bye.